I'm going to do a quick review of Ready Player 2. Now, the book starts on page 99, or thereabouts. The entire first 100 pages is the author explaining his politics. Parzival is way too apologetic to that girl. She has a real attitude about the way she thinks the world is, but respects nobody else's point of view. It borrows directly from Sword Art Online. Okay to have an adaptation of that. I loved Sword Art Online. Too much time with Prince, I think, and too much time making H really. All she thinks about is race all the time, and that's the author putting that in that character. Shoto, I don't even remember how he died. I mean, he died during the Prince things. That's not cool. Now, Parzival and Artie arrived to help defeat the wolf in The Hobbit. Now they're going to the last shard. I was inspired to pull this up and do this because I'm tired of reading these things that is bad poetry. I get the feeling like, okay, so the way you're writing this is to make it seem musical, okay? You have too many syllables in the second line, and I don't even think you realize that. And it's not, these aren't good writing. Seek the seventh shard of the siren's soul. Okay, alliteration. On 7 worlds where the siren once played a role. That's too wordy. For each fragment my air must pay a toll. That's a real lazy rhyme on the other 2 lines. To once again make the siren whole. It's really pedestrian, okay? And because I'm on page 317, okay? I've read all this stuff, and it's taken me to this point to be enough that I had to say something about it. My mom got me the first one from the public library, and I read it in a summer while laying out in the yard. And then Spielberg adapted it for film. All of the actors in there were unknown and untalented, especially the H girl. What the hell was that about? But I guess the movie was just a demonstration of computer, of how you can spend money on computers. I guess. What are your thoughts on the book? Who else is in that 5? Then the low. See, and then what a tiny role that girl that has that TV show that showed Parzival the first shard. He spent so much time writing about her character and introducing me. I loved her. I wanted her to be in. Why isn't she with them for every challenge? But I mean, authors have choices. You know, he just wrote this story. This is the story he wrote, and that's cool. When you read writing, it's just some motherfucker writing some shit. Any motherfucker can write some shit because hopefully you learn to read and write. You do that when you're young, and it's important that the big people around you encourage learning. Life is a piece of fucking cake if you just pay attention in school. Not only to written material, but people's hand movements, what they do with their face. If you use your fusiform gyrus, use your eyes and your voice and your ears. Spend a lot of time on your ears. And watch how events ripple. One kid pushes another too hard. That one will push a smaller one harder. And I told the older one, this chain of events is because you went overboard with that push. Actually, I don't have that one. I was just talking to them. Argue with somebody and then tell me if they don't go say some shit to somebody nearby. Actions, Consequences, Chapter 5. Your timer, well, I guess this is a vertical video, so sorry about that. Using your laptop, I know that sucks and they're ugly, but I just started it vertical, I suppose. Okay, so we started talking about the books, and then I started telling you about how to be a good person. Guess I'm gonna get back to it. Let me know about the book and about me.